Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy YouTube Blurry, and the reason why I clicked on the video is because I'm just gonna tell y'all about the recap about what happened during the barber battle. So just to get started, I didn't win. I said no trophies out here. So so we're gonna try again next year. But just to take away from like the whole experience that happened, it was a good experience. It was a fun experience. Yeah, it was a fun experience. Everyone showed up to everything. Congratulations to everyone who won. If you guys are watching this video, I don't know if you guys are or will, but yeah, it was an experience. I do plan on going on future barber battles in the future. Um, and I learned a lot from the experience. It really opened my eyes to how competitive the barbering industry really is. And I'm kind of glad that really opened my eyes because when you're in like a confined space, when you're just in this little circle, you think that's all it really is. But when you venture out that circle and see what other people are doing, see what other people can do, it really opens your eyes a lot. So that's why if you are a barber, I do highly recommend, if you haven't gone, to go to one, just off the fact that on how many people you could just meet that you see on social media. Like, so many people I've seen on social media was at the barber battle, and that was cool. I interviewed one of them. Shout out Jack of all fades. He let me get an interview with him, and it's really just how you spend your time at the barber battle. You could either just be a viewer, or try to take action in what's actually going on in the battle. Try to meet new people, talk to new people. And I feel like just as this being my first one, I was more of like a spectator. In the fact, I did compete, but like during everything else, I was just watching everything unfold. I really only interviewed one person, which was Jack. I really only talked to one person, and I wish I talked to more people. But just learning experience, you know um stuff we could move on in the future. And about the barber battle, like the actual battle part, I felt I didn't do a bad job. So I did my thing. But you know, me personally, I just feel like it's more catered to, not to throw anything, if anyone feels the type of way when I say this, but it's really about the model that you pick in these barber battles. And just to say, because my client that I picked, shout out to Didi. Um, he was an African American. He had like tighter, African American type hair. He has starter locks. Just I'll probably show a video in here, but yeah, he has starter locks, and everyone who won all competition throughout, um, their clients were some type of Hispanic, had some type of Hispanic hair. So I feel like there was, in the future, if I do compete in the future, I will take that to account to pick a client with Latino hair, because I don't know. I guess it looks better in the cut. I don't know, but yeah, not to throw any shots if anyone feels some kind of way about that. But just had to let y'all know that if you guys are competing or want to compete in a bar battle, your model really does set the tone in what you do in this bar battle. Because um I feel like if they gave more points for, like, if it was more like a transformation, like a before and after, that would make a bigger difference, but it didn't. And some people, not these people didn't win, but I'm just saying, like, some people, they came in, their clients already had a hairline already, saying pre cut a little bit. I'm like, whoa, what the person next to me, their client had a crispy hairline before they even got in the chair. But yeah, it was just it was a nice experience. Not to say anything, try to say anything bad to anybody, but yeah, it was just a nice humbling experience. Because Even I felt great about I thought I was gonna win, to be honest, but I didn't. What I'm saying, it's not, no hard feelings about it. It's all about the experience. All about the experience, and just to see what everyone else is doing. Um, it really inspired me, especially like the freestyle battles and like the tag team freestyle. Like it really showed me like all the different aspects there is to barbering. It's really bigger than what I thought, and it's probably bigger than what a lot of people coming up think that it is. Um, and yeah, it was a great overall experience. Shout out my teacher Miss T for really pushing me to step out there, get out my comfort zone, and just compete. Be myself in the bar battle. What I'm saying, just because that's what it really was to me. It was really just stepping out the comfort zone, and I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was hecka nervous, but during during like the halfway mark, I was really like I was in a flow state. I feel like, and I feel like now in the future, if I choose to compete, I'm gonna go to one regardless. But if I choose to compete again, I have a game plan, and I feel like when I came in, I really didn't have a game plan. Like I didn't even know what taper I was really conflicted on what taper I wanted to give my client, and I just said, "Fuck, I'm gonna give him a mid taper," because I told him before that I was gonna give him a high taper, and then all that just went out the window when that timer went off and we were all going. Um I felt like I took the not the easy road, but what I was most comfortable with, and during like competition like this, I feel like it's really about stepping outside your comfort zone and just stepping out your comfort zone, high risk, high reward. And I feel like if you try to take the safe route, you're not really gonna get anything out of it at the end, especially like in a competition sense. And yeah, so and shout out my some of my classmates competed. Shout out to them. And yeah, one was right next to me. I'm competing, and yeah, he was nervous too. He ended up slicing his client up, but yeah, it was just a nice humbling experience. But yeah, we just gonna go harder next time. And let's see, is there anything else I have to say? Let me think. Oh yeah, back to the interviewing part. Yeah, I feel like I didn't make most of my experience just based off the fact that I came a little bit late. Like I came like right before my competition started, and right after my competition, I left to go eat and do a whole bunch of stuff, and then I came back just for the ceremony part, but not just for ceremony. Like we came like 30 minutes before, and that's when I seen like the freestyle. People were going crazy. So I feel like if I stayed to watch all the other competitions, like there was like a braiding competition, fastest fade competition, really just stayed and watched all that. Really picked apart everything. I feel like I could have made more of my experience, but I'm still grateful for the experience that I had. And just all for those barbers out there, that are conflicted or don't know what they want to do. Just go to a bar battle and just see how it really opens your eyes to what people could do. And if you think, because my mindset going into this was, I really thought like I was like one of them ones, and I'm not one of them ones. Um, Not yet. Just starting, but it's always nice to have that I'm the best mindset. But to an extent, you always gotta be humble, and I am humble, but in my head, I think I'm the best. I'll be talking my ish, and whatever. But those people, like, because there were people came from Reno that one, Stockton that one, all over California, just to come to one event that was in Pittsburgh. Um, shout out to the people in Pittsburgh too, and yeah, it was just at the end of the day, it was just about, community and, just trying to bring people together, because in my eyes, it really is bigger than barbering. It's just about, bringing people together and, trying to do something positive. They're doing positive stuff. Shout out to the Barber Expo, Bay Area Barber Expo. They were giving out toys and all that stuff, charities. People was making lemonade. They had people, selling vendors, different vendors selling, and just at the end of the day, it's not about who wins or who loses. It's about the community that's built in these events. You gotta think about the bigger picture, and I really feel like that they did do a good job bringing community, because a lot of times when there's a lot of people from different areas, there's a lot of conflict that happens, and from what I've seen, there was no conflict at all. So everyone was showing love to everybody. Even random people coming up to me, dabbing me up, asking for my Instagram. Same to them. And it's just all about supporting one another, because at the end of the day, we all have a goal. Is to be the best barber, but there really is no the best. Is just be the best barber that you can, and it really inspired me to keep on pushing, and keep on pushing to just be the best barber and best person that I could be, and it really opened my eyes. And it's a good thing that it came during the end of the year, because now 2026, I'm becoming a whole different person. You're gonna see a whole different E2 blurry. We're gonna start posting more consistently. Even though I've been posting consistently, but I've been slacking a little bit. Not making that like the main priority. But it's for sure gonna be a main priority. 2026, we coming. I already got some ideas rolled up. We coming different. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Um, we did our best. We competed. All you could do is do your best. I left it all out there. If you feel like you didn't leave it all out there when you were there, then that's when you lost. If you left everything out there when you competed, then you won. That just goes out also in life too. Like if you don't feel like you're giving your life everything you got, then you should start, because we only have one life, and if you're not giving it all just one life, you're not gonna have a second chance. So I also feel like that's what people think, is that there's a second chance in life, or that we got all this time in the world, and we don't. So as long as you put your best foot out there and you tried your best, there's really nothing no one could say, because as long as you tried your best and deep down you tried your best, you're gonna get better over time. Even though you didn't come out with the results you wanted the first time, you're still a winner, because you went out there when people could be talking about you, saying, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't win that. They didn't do it, they couldn't do what you did. So yeah, just shout out to everyone that came out and showcased their skills. It was for sure a humbling experience for me, and I'll be back. I'm for sure gonna be back with a trophy. It could be next battle, next 5 battles, next 10 battles, next 20 battles. But yeah, see y'all in the next video, man. It's YouTube Blurry, and we out of here, man.